Okay, guys, we're so lazy today.
Oh, so
All right,
lazy today.
we're back this week for another episode on the Coinbase IPO, right? Big news.
Maybe now our audience will start caring about Bitcoin. Hey guys, like and subscribe if you like this kind of content. We discuss small market cap stocks, stocks with great potential to 2, 3, 4, 5x your money and help you achieve financial freedom and independence. So please hit the like button, hit subscribe, and the little bell. Ding, 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 ding. Coinbase is the largest crypto exchange right now. They hold the most number of Bitcoin wallets, the primary exchange of the number one performing asset class in the last 10 years that is in the middle of a bull run. The timing of this was clearly intentional. And again, it's not an IPO, it's a direct listing.
Once again, we all know Bitcoin is the shit. We think Ethereum is great. There's a couple of other coins on there, but Coinbase is really selling a lot of junk. If you actually look at everything they're selling, they're just an exchange that wants to make money, obviously, and that's okay. We all want to make money, right?
And they and
But
they make money in the fees of the buying and the selling of the
and they're very
cryptocurrency.
high. It's like
And
two and
they
a
are.
half, 3% for their fees, which is some of the highest in the industry.
Coinbase Pro is cheaper,
It
but
is
you have to
cheaper.
have the money. You have to have the money deposited in the account.
Or the coins, right?
Or the coins, right?
I mean, I wanted to buy their IPO if they would have came out 4 years ago. I was ready to buy it, but obviously they waited for the perfect moment to get the maximum dollar amount out of retail investors because there's going to be massive selling by the insiders. Literally, maybe a month ago or 2 months ago, it was a few months ago. Either way, they were valued at $30 billion, and insiders were buying it around $30 billion valuation.
And
Now,
it's at
2 months
100 billion.
later, it's over 100, and tomorrow, let's say it IPOs at 100 billion. You think it's not going to like 150, 200 billion in one day?
Well,
It
let's see.
probably is, but me and you are not going to participate in that train ride. That's insane, honestly, if it goes that high.
Coinbase, the American cryptocurrency trading giant, has set reference price for its direct listing at $250 per share. According to the company's more recent SEC filings, it has a fully diluted share count of 261.3 million, giving the company a value of 65 billion. Using a simple share count of that, Coinbase most recent filings, Coinbase would be worth a slimmer 49 billion. Founded in 2012, the cryptocurrency exchange Coinbase is expected to go public in a direct listing on April 14th at 100 billion valuation. Coinbase takes a piece of every Bitcoin transaction on its platform. In 2020, its revenues totaled 1.28 billion, 86% of which came from those transaction fees. Specifically, Coinbase nabbed about 0.57% of the 193 billion in crypto trading volume in 2020. Coinbase's revenue rose 139% in 2020 from 534 million in 2019, according to its prospectus. The trading volume on Coinbase soared nearly 142% in 2020 from about 80 billion in 2019. In addition to rapid growth, Coinbase made 322 million profit in 2020 compared to $30 million loss in 2019.
The reason they're being valued so high now is because obviously the bull run of Bitcoin and all the trading activity around this bull run has given them enormous profits. Like they are printing money right now with these fees. It's absolutely insane. You're paying $30 every $1,000 to Coinbase. Voyager Digital is right now also on the stock market. Coin Shares, I think, went public. There's like 10 other exchanges right behind Coinbase. So Coinbase this year, maybe next year, yeah, it could do really well. Like in a couple, but in a couple of years, as soon as crypto is more accepted, I think these fees are going to start dropping just like they did when Robinhood basically killed the whole fee structure for like TD and E-Trade.
Considering the fact that there are so many more transactions to happen this year for Bitcoin and Ethereum,
Right. So
everything
this
on
year
there,
they can totally go gangbusters
they're
too.
going to go. I mean, this revenue this year could be insane.
Why are they going public right this second while we're in the middle of a
This is
bull run?
exactly. It was the smartest thing because it
Hardest
does
thing to
two
do.
things. They're going to pump the very asset that they need people trading to justify the
To trade
valuation.
more of.
Exactly. It is a perfect closed loop.
But all those people who have been at Coinbase for a decade or more, it's been around for a while. This is an older company in the crypto space, 2012 or 2013. I forgot when they became a company, but it was a long time ago. So a decade, these people have been sitting on their shares. The VCs have been sitting on their shares. They want to dump those shares to dumb effers like us. So this is why I really don't want to participate in this huge run up of 150 billion if it goes up to that, or 200 billion like in one day. Like you can't be valued 30 billion 2 months ago and today you're valued 150 billion.
We have to see what it opens
Yeah.
at that we can actually buy. There's two strategies with this. It's either a short-term play or a really long-term play. And a short-term, I
Right.
mean like this year. I can see people saying, you know what, I'm going to direct this money here. The Bitcoin's already
Well,
run up a bunch.
right. So people who are afraid of Bitcoin, which is this is kind of funny. This is a circular argument for in their brain. I don't know how this makes sense. If you're afraid of Bitcoin, but you think playing the Coinbase trade is a safe thing, if Bitcoin collapses, well, so does Coinbase's stock price, because it's all intertangled.
Bitcoin's price can stay at 50 grand, but there can just be so much volatility that Coinbase could be
Right.
doing really well. They're
Yeah.
still making money even if the price doesn't move. And so that's where like the correlation will be
Right.
will be
I think
separate.
this year you're right, but once again, it really depends. If it's 65 billion, I feel there is an upside.
And wait, and then
Market cap. We're talking about market cap. So
right.
if the stock is $250, I will buy 10,000 worth at
Yeah.
least minimum.
Yeah.
But you got 2 seconds basically, and
Right.
me and you aren't going to get it in the first 2 seconds because the
Right.
insiders have gotten it.
At the end of the day, they make money on fees, and there's going to be a tremendous amount of fees in order to process what's going to be happening over the next 2 to 4 years. They're going to make money this year. But to your point, if it's already being priced in, it's like a home. If you buy the house too high over the current
Right.
value, you have to wait for it to catch up.
Right. You have
With
to wait
real
the
estate,
5 years.
but with real estate, it's pretty much a guarantee. With this, it's not necessarily a guarantee.
10 years from now, even 200 billion is probably too low.
But that's also like at that point, they become a bank and their
Right.
fundamental business model is just different. Coinbase isn't just enabling the trading of a bunch of Bitcoin, it's holding cryptocurrencies on its books. In the company's prospectus filed on Thursday, Coinbase disclosed ownership of 316 million worth of crypto assets on its balance sheet, up ninefold from 33 million at the end of 2019. So they're buying the underlying asset.
You're right about that, but they're also holding for institutional people like
Right.
around
Holding.
$200 billion.
Coinbase highlights a string of bullish events that have really unleashed a wave of institutional adaptation. 20 billion under custody. So again, as a company, Coinbase is set to do really well this year as Bitcoin and Ethereum have their bull run after the halvings. There's going to be a lot of transactions. They're going to make a lot of money this year. Long term, they do have to change their strategy in order to adapt away from the fees, because if the volume slows down, that's basically the engine. But they're also going to have billions and billions and billions in assets by the end of this year.
Coinbase estimated that revenue in the quarter totaled 1.8 billion.
That's a
So that's their revenue, 906% more than the first quarter of 2020's 179 million. So they went from making 179 million, 180 million to 1.8 billion, which is basically a 10x, right? Trading volume in the first quarter was 335 billion, 60% more than all of 2020. So that's just the first quarter. Once again, we're in the middle of a bull run, so their numbers are going to be just astronomical right now. But we're trying to buy the stock. So are they going to totally kick ass this year? Yes. Is the stock worth it for us to buy it if it just doubles and triples on the first day and we can't get in? I would say no. The bear case against Coinbase's valuation: with all this startlingly rapid growth and considerable profitability, what's not to like about Coinbase shares? Here are 4 notable negatives of the stock. The 100 billion valuation is more than that of the 2 largest stock exchanges. I know ICE is one of them. Coinbase's transaction fee could be driven down by competition. Okay, we discussed that. Coinbase is radically increasing marketing spend to hold onto its market share. I don't know if that's a negative, honestly. Crypto are not mainstream currencies. Well, the last two are sort of, who cares about the last two? But these first
that's
two
actually
actually
a
develop.
benefit for the currency. Yeah.
So your strategy going into tomorrow, what is it?
If it opens at 65 billion, I'm throwing the money in right away.
Yeah,
If
I
it's
agree
100,
with you.
150 billion, I'm going to watch for a bit, because if there is a drop off, if the insiders do sell off shortly after the open, then there will be an opportunity to buy.
Yeah, I'm at 65 billion. I'm a buyer, maybe even up to like, let's say even 100. Honestly, I would probably throw in 10K up to 100 billion. I think it's going to go straight to 150 billion, and me and you just won't get an opportunity.
Right. No, it is something I'd like to hold. It is something that I'd like to have in my
Yeah.
portfolio.
Guys, if you like what we do, we love to discuss small market cap companies and things that will make us financially independent in the future. So please hit that button, like, and subscribe. Thank you.